Hello everybody and welcome back to another Dr. Iceblades tutorial. Today we're checking out Xcom Enemy Unknown, the UFO Overseer battle. So after you build the type wave relay, this guy appears, you shoot him down, now you can see crew size and what's in it. In this one there's always an ethereal with 2 Mutant Elites guarding him, like normal, 2 sectopods, each with their 2 drone escort, and then there's 2 groups of 2 Mutant Elites just kind of roaming around, making your life hell. So let's introduce you to the squad. Alright, so it's pretty much an idealized squad. Left hand 3 are wearing Ghost Armor, the 3 on the right, 2 are wearing Titan, 1 is wearing Archangel Armor, and this is a good squad comp for this particular type of map. So the first guy is one of our healers. This is Fat Richard, aka the Chode. And he pretty much is just a healing support. He's a Psi Soldier, and he's such high will that I basically made him an offensive Psi Soldier. So, and he also has really high aim, so I was able to rock him with a regular plasma rifle instead of a light plasma rifle. Obviously, arc throwers are a must, because you're going to try to capture yourself an ethereal at least, maybe even a Mutant Elite if you haven't already. Second guy in line is Loves Big Johnson, a.k.a. Big Badge. And she is an offensive heavy, pretty much all down the left-hand side. She had high aim, so I like doing those builds on high aim heavies. If they're low aim heavies, then you can go the suppression build, and that's a much safer way. Again, I use Ghost Armor because they're squishy, so I want to get her into position so she's right perched on top of somebody, pretty much just ready to unleash 2 bullet swarms back to back and just mow someone down. Third guy in line, first assault. This is Samvan Likmihov, aka the Horn Dog. And he's a fully defensive spect assault, but his psi abilities are offensive because he actually had high enough will, as you can see over here, to warrant that. Since I have absolutely critical second wave option enabled, it's pretty much okay to then basically pop an alloy cannon, some Ghost Armor, and Chitin Plating on these guys, and then give them a fully defensive spec, because they can still crit. And with Ghost Armor, if they're hardened, you just pop the Ghost Armor, and that gives you that crit. Our fourth guy in line is another assault. This is Stinkfinger, aka the Dirty. And he's, again, another defensively spec'd assault, but his psi abilities are also defensively spec because he had really low will. So you pop some Titan Armor and Assault Rifle on this bad boy, and he's actually a great tank. Quick note about these assaults: if you're not running the absolutely critical second wave option and your talents are on the right-hand side, in their loadouts, instead of using Chitin Plating, use Combat Stims. And then all you do is you Ghost, move forward 1 turn's worth, pop the Combat Stims, the next turn you come out right in their face with a Shotgun Blast, and they're not going to get wailed on. Our fifth guy is Yukiko Watanabe, aka the Angel. And she's just basically another support like the first one, except because she has defensive psi, I gave her combat drugs instead of dense smoke. This brings us to our final guy, our sniper, Chwimbo Mantumba, aka the Schlong. So he's built like you should build a sniper, with Archangel Armor and all the best gear. And then basically all you do is you just pop him up in the air, either pop him on Overwatch or scout out with your ghosts, and then take advantage of the in the zone by just popping them before they even notice what hit them. This is actually one of the few maps where I will use a sniper. People swear by them. I personally am not a big fan because you get line-of-sighted issues all the time. But on this map, they actually do great, especially with guys ghosting and scouting. And it to work. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what lies ahead. So, begin the assault. So yeah, it's an outdoor map. It's similar basically to a large scout mission in that there's a lot of outdoor guys. 2 sectopods are always outdoors, and the 2 groups of 2 Mutant Elites are outdoors. So having that ITZ sniper is actually really handy, and having enough guys with Ghost Armor to spot them so your ITZ sniper can get off 1 free shot at least before alerting them is pretty awesome. So this guy's got Ghost Armor, so I'm not really afraid to send him out scouting. Just, I still only use 1 movement, although I have an idea of roughly where the guys are on this map, so pretty much what I'll do after I get one guy out there to notice, just make sure they're not right next to me, is then I'll basically just grab whoever's got longest reach, aka movement, which is usually a sprinter medic, and he's the only one of the 2 that I usually equip with Ghost Armor. I drop him into Ghost mode, and I pretty much find the farthest spot that I can scout, which is that spot right there. So drop him into Ghost, and then dash. Pretty much when you're ghosting is the only time you're going to, dash to explore, ever. Otherwise, you're just setting your guys up to get wommed. Yep, and there we go. A sectopod. So, this nasty bastard, I was going to wait. I was hoping that I wouldn't catch him this fast, so I could actually pop my sniper up into the air and just, drop his 2 drones, obviously, from the height advantage. But he's already got, 100% chance to hit on the drones. 92 on the actual sectopod. So that's pretty much good enough. I'm not getting the damn good ground bonus, but you really don't need it versus at least the drones in the initial hit. So yeah, we'll take out one of the drones. Between double tap and ITZ, I still really, really prefer ITZ just because of situations like this. I mean, double tap, the problem with it is you can shoot, and then if you kill all the guys, you can't go into Overwatch. With ITZ, if you get a kill on Overwatch, you essentially have an extra third move your next turn. So it's just so much better. And then you get this. So I'm going to drop a headshot on him to start because he's not going to actually shoot any of my guys this first round. I'm not going to put him in an exposed position for him to blast him down. So typically what they'll do if they don't have a good shot is they'll just hone their beam on you to do that cluster bomb crap. So you got off one headshot on him, does a nice crit, and then I pretty much move my guys into position, but not in firing range, with the exception of my heavy, who, thank God I got ghost armor. I can put him right up this guy's butt and have absolutely no problems next turn. So he's, moving to an exposed location, but it doesn't matter because you can't target him. So he's in position, the next guy. So then what I pretty much do, since I've got some defensive size soldiers here, is I try to put them in a configuration where if just in case I'm in range or whatever, I've still got a little bit of defense with their telekinetic field. So here's the headshot. Usually disabling, if you're in a kind of sticky situation, you're not prepared like I am in this one, you'd actually want to start with a disabling shot on a sectopod. It just takes them out for 2 turns. It's pretty overpowered. Cyberdiscs and sectopods get ruined by disabling shot. So there's that telekinetic field, plus 40 defense, essentially minus 40% chance to hit for all of them. So even if he does take a step forward, catches one of my guys in range, it's not going to do crap. So we'll pop these last 2 guys into Overwatch. Bada bing, bada boom. Let him helplessly try to shoot at my ghosted soldiers that are right next to him. The funny thing was he didn't even see this guy move into position, but I don't know if this is like a bug or what it is, but they will fire upon your cover. So I guess that's intentional. I don't know. And obviously the one drone that's left that I couldn't for some reason target with my ITZ sniper gives him a nice little heal, and it's back into my turn. So there's a disabling shot. It's kind of a just-in-case measure, in case I get some misses, some unlucky, crap goes down. Plus, it also knocks another 3 hit points off him, which might just be enough to put him in range for my heat ammo bullet swarming heavy to just take him out. So this actually isn't cover. It's weird. It seems like you should be able to get half cover up against that, but it's buggy landscape. So we'll take our first shot, and it's a hit. Boom. Heat ammo, 20 damage in 1 hit. And then drop the drone. So really the fully offensive heavies are pretty amazing. Pretty much the only reason you go down the right-hand side of the tree, I mean, I'd still get bullet swarm and not holo targeting, is because they have terrible aim. If the heavy has really bad aim, you can pretty much just get the suppression build with Mayhem and Danger Zone and just, it's a guaranteed hit. You just pop suppression, it'll kill the drones that surround them and lock them down. And then you obviously still have them for rockets, but I mean, if I have the choice, I prefer to bring a high aim heavy that's fully spec'd on the left-hand side because they're just amazing. So now we're going to scat out a little bit more, see what we can find. All right, and that is why we have ghost armor. It's the best freaking way to scout in the game. So I wanted to put my sniper into position. Well, so I know where they are, both groups. So I'm not really afraid to kind of mess around. There is another sectopod with his drone escort lurking around here somewhere, but I know that he's not going to be right where the other sectopod was. Well, not likely. So I'm just going to dash my guys to get into, jockey him into position a little bit. So nothing happens. They're just kind of walking around with their fingers. But this guy happened to wander into cover, which means my ITZ sniper can't pop a cap in his ass, unfortunately. But he can take out his friend and still keep his shot. So let's do that. The nice thing about absolutely critical is if they're exposed, you get 100% chance to crit if they're not mechanical, meaning if they don't have hardened. The hardened, rather than being minus 60%, is actually minus 100%. It counters just like it does the exposed in games without it enabled. So now we check it out. Much lower chance to hit. He's not airborne. No guaranteed crit. So we're gonna pop him up in the air because he's not able to take advantage of ITZ. I wanted to position him anyways. We just got to basically choose a good spot where he's not going to get line of sighted by those trees. Because even up in here, that's kind of the disadvantage. I mean, it kind of helps balance out these guys. Is those trees are tall enough that they will block line of sight. Rarely, but it happens. So next question is what I do with this guy. If I move him or do any action or shoot at all, they're going to alert both groups, and my ITZ sniper won't have a shot. So what I'm going to do instead is just ghost him, pull him out of the sight range of the 2 Muton elites to the left. So he's just next to this little hunker door here. Yep, right there. Yeah, that's good cover. That's good. I want to be in range, but I don't want the other Muton elites to be able to see me once I pop out. So basically I'm doing a ghost mind control. It's a 100% chance because this guy's a super soldier. So we'll MC that fool. And he didn't alert them either. Awesome. So this is the tricky part. Getting these guys in a perched location that doesn't alert the Muton group, which is pretty much... I mean, I know if I move to that log, it'll alert them. They'll see me for sure. But I'm wondering if this log back behind it will do that as well. But you know what? This is why you have the single move and then the dash move. And then a single bit of cover around there. It's just weird. So yeah, I think that second log should be safe, but it's not. So they're alerted. I was pretty much, I guess, just right outside of their range, or it was glitchy and buggy because of the other Muton guy. It's hard to say. And there's the other Stectopod group. So this is what we would call a bad situation. Derp. Fortunately, with this ideal squad makeout, even a bad situation can turn into not so bad of a situation as long as it's done proper. So the first thing we want to do is we actually want to get our heavy out from being standing in the open, where he can get one-shotted by a Sectopod, and into some cover close to where the Sectopod is, because I basically want to be able to pop out, drop 2 freaking rounds of Bullet Swarm, or 1 and chuck a grenade on that Sectopod the second I can next turn. So the next thing to do or consider is, how am I going to handle these Muton elites? Well, I got another, this is my other support, ghosting Psy Soldier, which also has mind control. Not quite as high will, so it's only a 79% chance, but it's a chance you got to take. So we're taking it, and it works. Awesome. Now this Muton elite is flanked by his own 2 buddies. He's not doing crap. So the next thing to deal with is we got this other support who doesn't have ghosts, and he's a decent amount of health, but a Sectopod can still take him out with 1 lucky crit. So we're going to throw up the Assault, who can't be crit, as basically cannon fodder, because he's going to want to do something, and then pull this guy back to a safe location. So he's going to lose this turn, but it'll be just to keep him safe. So now let's see what they do. They're kind of freaking out. Often, this is kind of a weird bug with this game. So the Sectopod is actually shooting right now, but it's focusing on this guy who isn't, which is very bizarre. So let's go pan over. So this is the same situation before. He basically took out the heavy's cover. And then here's a drone who's basically going to get raped by close combat specialists. This is why assaults are amazing. Didn't even put him in Overwatch. Didn't have to waste running gun, and he gets 2 reaction shots on these 2 drones creeping up on him. Now, unfortunately, this one misses, but I still call it a win. That'll come into play later. And then our Muton buddy. So what's he going to do? Well, he's going to get a nice little crit on his other buddy, making it much easier for me to deal with those guys right now. So I don't know what to do with this guy yet. This guy, I basically... tricky situation. So the first thing I'm going to do, I like to basically, when I mind control these guys, is get rid of their grenades. And if I can do some friendly fire and take them out, so I don't have to worry about them when the mind control wears off, even better. Not to mention, I'm trying to blow this guy's cover so my ITZ sniper can take him out and get a shot off on the Sectopod. So that should have blown his cover, but I'll you check with the sniper and see it didn't. So there's not a 100% chance to crit. You can kind of check it out here. There's no enemy exposed. Whereas on this one, he is, but he's got the harden. That's why there's still only a 45% chance to crit. So there's no enemy exposed on this one, which means if I pop it and kill him, even if I kill him, it doesn't matter. It's not in the zone because he's not flanked or exposed. So, to remedy this, we will have another opportunity to get rid of another Muton Elite Grenade, which I don't like them having anyways when they pop out of mind control. I always try to position them close to my guys in Overwatch so they just die, but they'll just usually grenade. So, use them up and take out their own health and their buddy's health at the same time, and hopefully this time all of his cover. Yep, no more cover. Now the in-the-zone sniper can do what he was meant to do. Boom, exposed. See ya. It's gonna pop in like a zit. Popped. Popped. Bam. 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 And then get off one nice shot on that sectopod. Yes, drop him down nice and low so that my heavy or somebody else can finish him off. But I got a lot of options here, fortunately, because thanks to assaults, running gun will save my butt. So 53% chance, not very good. Could move into a better position or one that actually has cover, but it's not going to really improve it because he's got such... Oh, see, both missed. This is a case where my heavy is just basically standing there with his pants down. He's got no cover, didn't kill the sectopod, so we really need a backup plan. Unfortunately, assaults are just too freaking good at obliging. So, drop our rifle assault in a exposed location. Again, he's basically just supposed to soak up damage. That's his goal. And then if he can, get a hit off or two. So I got one. That's not too great. It's still a precarious situation. So... Ugly, ugly, ugly. So I notice I can capture this drone. It's not going to do any good right now. So basically check the position, see where and who can get where. So this guy, he's wearing ghost armor, so I want to keep him in cover. He's not quite as tanky as a guy in Titan armor. I mean, he's still built the same, but if I throw him behind cover, he pretty much can't get hit. So he can get right here up close to him in perfect range. Plasma pistol doesn't do a lot of damage. It's only got us, 60, I think that was a 67% chance to hit. There's the alloy cannon, this is 63, so it's 4% less. Big deal. Go with the alloy cannon for way more damage. Miss, and good night. So even if the pistol hit on both hits, it wouldn't have taken him out. Whereas an alloy cannon is just man's best friend. So now I got options. I got two supports with all their moves, and I can pretty much just mess around here and see. Maybe take this drone, as he'll come in handy later, I think. Yeah, because we still got just the one Muton Elite, but when mind control breaks, they're still really dangerous because they can still... you want to position them either way far off the map, but then you have to go hunt them down, which is a pain in the butt. Or you position them exposed, close to your guys, but they can still jockey around and flank your guys and lay in a nice critical. So, typically speaking, what you want is a cannon fodder to draw their attention and fire. So first, position all your guys in a nice little position. I captured the drone, so I can basically use him as cannon fodder as soon as this guy's mind control wears off. And then after we deal with this last Muton, it's basically the last roving pack, and all that's left, because we've killed, as you can see, we killed 6 between the 2 sectopods and their drones, and we've killed 3 of the 4 Muton Elites. So once he's down, that only leaves 3. The Ethereal and 2 Muton Elite bodyguards, which on this Overseer mission are always in the central room. And there's kind of a little trick that I use to get at him. So position all your guys around him so that basically they can't get flanked once his mind control breaks if he decides to. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put the drone right in his face so that he basically is, the computer will be more likely to shoot at something that they can hit. It's just like common sense you would use. So if he's got a drone just floating right in front of him, whereas there's 4 guys all behind even half cover, he's going to go for the drone, which is what I want him to do. So first, again, you don't want him too close that he can just spin around and flank him. You also don't want him too far so that they can't actually all get a reaction shot if he does move and doesn't go for the drone and tries to jockey around to flank. They typically won't. If you got 4 guys trained on you with Overwatch, they're just going to try to shoot whoever they can. The only unfortunate thing about mind control when they drop it, I mean, aside from that, obviously, is that you can't like suppress them while they're mind controlled, which would be a nice touch. Because then when they pop out, they're not doing crap anyways. So you've blown their grenades. They got 2 freaking guys suppressing them. Everyone's behind cover. They have a maybe 10% chance to hit. So the question is, where is a good position for him? Typically speaking, again, open, not an easy, where there's, you know, just no line of sight issues for your guys, where he can't just creep around and get cover easily. Even if it's cover that's like facing, it's not really covering him from between, you know, you and your guys. Sometimes it'll bug out and give him the credit for having cover, so it's just not worth it. They already have 30 defense, so it's a good time to reload. Anybody that's not on Overwatch, so you want at least half of your guys on Overwatch. I got my sniper too, so I'm not really worried when that does break. And then the drone as bait right in his face. I could explode him, but it's not going to kill him, so I'd prefer it if he just took a shot. So, yeah. And then what you can do when you have guys that you don't want to put on Overwatch or give them any kind of benefit combat-wise is you just hit backspace. It will end your turn without any more moves being done. So, a little backspace, turn end, and he took the bait. Thanks, buddy. The question is, who do I want to get this kill? I mean, no sniper could take him out and not use an action and just move up, but I actually have 2 guys that I want to level, so let's give them a crack at it. Heavy shoots and misses, and second shot is a hit. Yep. Play this game long enough, you realize that when it does a special animation, that typically means you're going to hit. So now what I'm going to do, I know where the other guys are, so I'm basically just going to dash into position to make this quick, but this is basically the best way to go about fighting these ethereals. If you don't do it this way, there's so much cover, like high, you know, full cover in their room, that they can just sit back and blast you. And 2 Muton elites that you can't really get a good shot off on, or an ethereal, same deal. Super dangerous. Ethereal just mind controls one of your guys, goes to town. So pretty much what you want to do is you want to just, you know, pull their pants down, leave them exposed, and just watch them squirm. Which is exactly what I'm about to do. So first get into position. This takes a little while. Yeah. It's not a big deal because I know I'm not going to alert them, so I can put them in exposed positions just to make it quick. Just get them where I want them to be. And I kind of always had, and I want to get my sniper down there too, because he is going to be line of sighted by the roof of the UFO. So it's a trick people kind of don't realize is even on these missions, these are great for snipers. These are pretty much the best ones, some of the only ones in my opinion that I'll actually bring a sniper on. Typically I'll drop a sniper, grab another assault or a heavy or a support, honestly. Assaults preferably, but these outdoor missions actually snipers do have, they're pretty useful. So I'm going to put him actually right here because you'll see. He's going to have a good line of sight from this position. And since half cover's full cover to a sniper, it's good for him. So the question is, where do I put these guys? Get a little reload action going. Where are you going to go? Should throw him on the side. Well, first let's get this guy back because he's also too close. But you are my tank. Yeah, you can be kind of exposed. Do a little reload, and then grab the Gimp, the guy who's going to make all this happen. It really is indispensable to have a heavy, especially an explosives one, because blowing cover is just way too good. By the time you get this late in the game, especially, you really don't care about getting, you know, alloys and Elerium that much. So, you know, breaking apart these ships isn't too big of a deal. Plus, if you're dropping with an EMP cannon anyways, you're salvaging a lot, so to heck with it. It's going to take one more turn, because I got to get my heavy in position, and while we're at it, we'll just give him a nice little reload so that he can have as much ammo as he needs. Probably won't get a shot off, but it never hurts to be prepared. I do like having suppression on heavies, but having an additional rocket, it's too good. You get 2 additional rockets and an additional grenade per mission. It's just, you can have them shoot, chuck a grenade, shoot, go on Overwatch. I typically actually will get the Overwatch talent sometimes on them just because if they have high aim and you're using that build, it's kind of fun to just shoot. And if you don't have a grenade or it's not in range, you pop Overwatch, and if they actually hit, they get another shot. That's when it's actually the most useful. Because if you shoot, you can't really fire a rocket. So here's the trick. Basically, you just blow out the back end of this room with a rocket, and you're heavy. Now, I'm always kind of... I mean, I could just throw all my guys on Overwatch at this point, and they'll just basically shoot and mow down all 3 guys a second. So basically it takes a second for the fog to get lifted and for them to be revealed. In that time frame, I basically want to throw down one guy on Overwatch. My sniper's already on Overwatch in the back, so he's going to hit him the second they move. I throw him on Overwatch, and then I mind control the other guy while they're still waiting to, they still, see me, basically. And then boom, they're alerted. They start running, get my 2 reaction shots, one from the sniper, one from one of my supports, and a sniper connects. Boom, on the ethereal. So I got one guy mind controlled that's pretty much going to, deflect whatever focus they have on me at the end of this turn while I jockey the rest of my guys into position. So it is really, really nice to have some size soldiers with mind control and a decent amount of will. It makes a huge difference. Question is, who do I want where? So ideally, since I want to basically capture this ethereal all in one fell swoop, I got to get my supports in position. But I also want to lock down that ethereal so he just doesn't go to freaking town on my dude. In the meantime, this turn, since I can't get anybody else in position, my heavy is used this turn, I'm going to throw down the telekinetic field just to make it that much less likely that they attack my guys or mind control. Well, not mind control. You can do that anyways, but just to really put the focus on that Muton Elite. And the ethereal one-shots him, of course. Ethereals are beasts. Next thing I know, it's the next turn. I'm going to put this guy into position. Now, I could mind control this guy as well, but then I know I'm going to have to deal with him after, so F it. We'll just drop him like a rock. So we take him out of the picture, and then we can pretty much just focus on the ethereal, who, in the process of trying to capture him, he will probably mind control one of my guys. So in that case, it's kind of nice to keep disabling shot handy, but I know that I can get into position and lock this guy down and then cap him in one turn. So I'll pretty much, suppress him with this guy. Yeah, do it. Suppress him. Always good to have a little suppression. Okay, reflection, but that's the nice thing about suppression too, is I'm not sure if it actually burns through that, but it does still suppress him even after it gets reflected. So I'm actually going to disabling shot this ethereal. I don't want him knocking one of my guys out, just getting lucky. Plus I also want a little bit of chip off of his HP without taking him out. So disabling shot kind of works really great for that. So since I've improved arc thrower, 5 HP is actually low enough. I think 4 or 5. 5. So I could still just take this and run with it, but I do kind of want to get his HP down just a little bit lower. Not with this guy. Plasma pistols do up to 5 damage. It's not worth taking the chance. Plus, they have a chance to crit now with the improved pistols, so really the best option in this case is a Shredder Rocket. Since I don't have Danger Zone, they only do 4 damage still. So we'll suppress him with this guy. We'll take another reflection shot. Actually, I think his suppress doesn't reactivate. Well, whatever. So yeah, Shredder Rockets only do 4 damage. But that's exactly what I need. He's got 5 health. I want to drop him down as low as possible so that there's the highest possible chance when I walk up there, super exposed with my guy, that he's freaking stunned. So, perfect. Exactly 4. He has no cover. So the next thing to do is just... with this guy, since I've got some defensive abilities, what you really want to do is boost the will. So if I could put this guy in between both of those two and, drop the will boost, that would be ideal. Since I can't, I'm going to drop it on one of my supports just so that I have at least one for sure that's within range. that won't get mind controlled, and that can still stun it. This is also why it's good to bring 2 supports with arc throws on this, because if one of them gets mind controlled, like here, you're not totally toasted. So yeah, I mean, I'm not super worried about a mind control support, because he'll do a little bit of damage, but nothing heavy. When you get a mind controlled shotgun assault, that's when you really should worry. So pretty much all rests on this. If I don't stun him with this guy, I won't get a live capture, because I gotta kill him. Otherwise my support will do damage, he'll just one-shot this support. But booyah! So the first ethereal is always easy to catch. That's why you definitely want to try to do that strategy for actually taking out the Overseer when you finally see him. And that's that. Hope it helped with a little bit of strategic, understanding of how to build fire teams and different tactics and strategies. Again, I really only use snipers for those outdoor missions, and even then, it's kind of iffy because, for like the supply barge or the large abductor, they're just not really useful. But hopefully it was helpful. Thanks for watching.